I do this thing every standard time where we bring on top streamers. That's my notification. That's time to start the show. Outlook's like, hey, dude, you got a show that you've got to run. It's a show that we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we bring on top streamers, content creators, people who are up and coming. So those that may not be on your radar quite yet, but should be, they're making an impact on the app. Tonight on the program, we've got for you Craig Gang. There he is in the comments right now. We've got Craig Gang. We've got JJ. I'm just going to call him JJ because he's going through these name changes and I can't keep up with him. And then last but not least, we have Eddie, another fellow top streamer. So format is always top streamer, up and comer, top streamer. If you have interest in being on the show in the future, message me on Instagram. I have one open slot for next week. I'm looking for a top badge or a VIP badge. So top badge or a VIP badge for next week. We currently have a top badge slot filled and we have our up and comer slot filled. So definitely excited about that. Let's go ahead and crack into some of the announcements and things that we do. I like to make sure that the other shows in the app are shouted out and supported. Keep in mind, it is still Shark Week, everyone. If you'd like to support the show or support the streamers that you see on, if you do any little sharks, hey! There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Why'd they do Grandpa Shark like that? Look how they did Grandpa Shark. Watch when Grandpa Shark rolls through here. They did Grandpa Shark so dirty. He's the only one that has eyebrows. They're like, he's gonna get an eyebrow. Thank you for the sharks. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and talk about the shows that we have on the app and the shows that are coming up. All right, so here we go. Upcoming shows, Mondays at 8 p.m. It's Painting with Mia. You've never caught her before. You need to. She has a real talent with the brush strokes. VIP, thank you for coming by. Let's go ahead and take care of you. Please, all I ask is that you do not kick. Thank you for supporting the app and things that you do. 8 p.m. Wednesday nights. Make sure that you're supporting Mia and her painting skills. She gets really creative with it out of the box. She's our regular Bob Ross. I almost said J. Cole. J. Cole doesn't paint. Maybe he does. Would you imagine if J. Cole dropped like a painting line? Like, how many of you would want a J. Cole painting? That'd be cool, right? He's a rapper, in case you don't know who J. Cole is. All right, what do we have on Tuesdays at 10 p.m.? Allie and Ashley are going to show you how to get fit. They're going to show you how to do some of that squat action, how to do those curls for the girls. That's what they're going to do for you. Miss Sammy, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. though, we've got for you right here. It's Suited Up. That's every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, curls for the girls. Everyone, that person right there with the totally misleading profile photo named Tyler, give him a favor if you're interested. He is my lifelong best friend. And he came tonight for Wednesday to check out the app and see what things are like on here. Congratulate him. They just had a baby. He and his wife just had a baby. Congratulations to them, by the way. Yay, right? So that's Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what we do here. In case also why you're wondering, why is it called Suited Up? It's because it was in hopes that the people who come on to the show would also suit up. But that hasn't quite panned out. I like to make sure that I do. Since it's the last day of July and clearly also the 4th of July, I'm wearing our red, white, and blue attire. Goodbye, summer. Bye. Thanks for the roses. All right. Thursdays. It's Talent Team Thursday. It's a double header. It's a double header on Thursdays. Not only is the mothership come down, the mothership, Meetme itself, comes down and talks to you about all the rumors all the cool new things that are coming, all the updates, contest winners, the people who've got their badge. Check out Talent Team Thursdays at 3 p.m. It's the most important one of the most important ones. You gotta be fast because they like to be quick. They're very speedy. They're courteous of your time. They go, you know what? We know you're busy. We know that you want to stream, but let us take 5 minutes of your time so we can let you know about the important things. Also on Thursdays is Gore Couture with Miss Carmen Sandiego. I don't know why I rolled the R. You don't roll the R with San Diego. How did Will Ferrell do it? What about Wales? There's something about Wales. Anyway, that's Thursdays at 8 p.m. with Miss Carmen. You can see her there in the comments. Check her out. She does a sneak peek every Wednesday. There is no R in San Diego, right? But we can pretend. Right. Okay. She does effects makeup. So we're talking prosthetics. She has like baby arms sticking out of her cheek with like a spider web and maybe some confetti. It's very, very interesting. Check out Carmen to see how she does her confetti baby arms. Fridays, try this with Donna Diamond. Donna likes to try new things. She's the adventurous type of person, right? If you check out on Fridays, try this with Donna Diamond, you could see her swinging from a tightrope, bungee jumping. I'm doing this all from the comfort of a chair. She might be free falling from an airplane. She likes to try the things. One of the most exciting shows on the app. Or she might be sprinkling Tabasco sauce onto her tongue. I don't know. You never know with Donna. It's very wild card. Wild card. All right, so those are the shows. As you know, always want to support the fellow show individuals. Let's talk about announcements. Let's talk about the things that are coming to the app that are happening on the app. This music feels loud. Okay, we're going to turn it down. We did it. Let's talk about the contests and things that are coming. Currently going on is still the Baby Shark contest. So that's been rolling from Friday the 26th. Yes, right there. Wait for Grandpa Shark. Pour one out. Pour one out for Grandpa Shark. Only one they gave. No, the Daddy Shark has okay, only male sharks have eyebrows. You heard it here first. If you look closely, only the male sharks have eyebrows. Don't waste the Budweiser. It's not. This is water tonight. You fool. That's the contest. What do you win? Every day it's a three-person payout, $250. The top 3 gifted in Sharky prizes. So get your spoilers. It's not called a spoiler, but I can't remember what it's called right now. Put your spoilers on. Nope, that's definitely not what it's called. Put your spoilers on. Attack the waters with excitement. Get some Sharky gifts. Make sure that you pencil your. Should I pencil in a mana, bro, for Grandpa Shark? R.I.P. Grandpa Shark, maybe. Streams Come True contest. They're bringing it back. You're familiar with the Streams Come True contest. They've done this one a few times. You still love it. You love it. We love it. You know why you love it? Because you can get some of them cash dineros. The cash dineros. What's the prize payout look like this? What? What does the prize payout look like for this? Paying out the top 16. First place gets $2,000. 2 racks, as the more trendy people call it. If you place in the top 6, you're getting at least $1,000. Getting 16th place, get $100. A cool bill, pocketed. Who doesn't like that? So that's going on from one more time, the 1st of August to the 4th. So be sure to check that out. And one more time, just a reminder, Boss of the Week is a new thing. Top gifter of a particular streamer, you can be their boss. Very cool thing. You get a nice little title plate. Streamer levels have been introduced. Definitely know that you've seen that. As you can see, I'm a little silver boy or silver guy here. Silvery thing. Thank you for that. Check out what I earned yesterday thanks to all of you fine folks. Let me show you some of these things that you can get. Well, hang on. Where'd it go? How do I access this hatchet? I was not prepared. I remembered that I unlocked it, and then no, okay, whatever. Anyway, we'll just pretend we're in the fishy world right now. But you can get a hatchet. Is that good? Right there. Yeah, like the bubbles and things. Like that's cool. It goes with the shark theme. Can I lose my neck? No. It's set in. Good. Anyway, unlock cool filters. Participate. It's a rip roaring good time, all right? All right, everyone. So rules of the show. During the interviews, I do not talk with the live stream. I'm very rude, very ungrateful streamer. I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate the comments. Please have your own conversations, but please know that I'm not responding to comments. I'm not responding to gifts. The crown, RIP. If a dragon were to roll by, I promise you I would not react to the dragon. As horrible as that sounds, I challenge you. Drop a dragon. I challenge you. I will not react to the dragon. Um, the other thing, the other thing. I'm bringing back the hashtag. The hashtag. So I like to include all of you who are loyal and like watching the show. I'm bringing back the hashtag. Hashtag for this week is school style. School style. So back in high school, it was middle school, I had a pair of shoes that had spinners in the heels. Spinners in the heels of my shoe. Looking back, maybe not my finest moment. I want your hashtag. Tell me about your coolest school styles that you've had. If I like it, I will feature on the show next week. I'll shout out your name, get you some favorites. Have a good time. On that note, let's talk about our first guest this evening. He's a he rolls deep in a gang. Okay, I heard he's in a gang, so you might want to watch what you say because it gets dangerous. It's gang gang, all right? Now, when you think of a gangster, the first name you think of is obviously Craig. You know those Craigs. No, that Jay, you're up next. Anyway, coming to the box first is Mr. Craig Gang himself. Please welcome him to the yes, there you go. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Craig Gang. Gang. Hey, how's it going, my guy? Hey, it's nice to see you. It's good to see you, man. What is this like our prep mode? Like are we No, I'm excited that you're here too.
Oh yeah,
The way
yeah,
that I normally start these conversations is always the same. It's very predictable, but it usually gets a good laugh. And I like to know, Craig, who were you in high school?
oh man, we went there.
We're
Oh,
going
okay.
there.
Well, I was kind of one of those guys that I just played sports, but also I enjoyed a little bit of science, a lot of science actually. That was actually my favorite subject. So, but I did play football, I did baseball, and I did wrestling. So those were like my three main sports. But pretty much that was it. I was just, I was I consider myself a good kid. I never really got in any trouble.
Yeah.
And then actually, whenever I was in high school, was actually whenever I enlisted in the army. So I was 17 years old whenever I enlisted, and that was kind of the takeoff of my career. So that's what I'm repping my nine line tonight. So that's what.
Okay, okay. When you say though that you were interested in science, that you were good at science, are you talking beakers and little test tubes? Were you in there?
Yeah.
Good work?
Yeah, actually, I was wanting to do forensic science. Like that was
Really?
actually what, yeah, that was actually one thing that I was really interested in. It was like a lot of like chemistry and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So even though I sucked at math, somehow I got chemistry, and I don't, I don't understand it, but yeah. So
That's
somehow
cool
I
though.
got that,
That's cool.
but yeah,
What motivated you to go into the service? It's a big choice. It's a major life decision, especially at
yeah.
17.
My grandfather was a Vietnam veteran, and even though nobody really wanted to, nobody really wanted me to go because I was an only child. um, I grew up and I was like the only one that my grandfather really talked to me about his service and stuff like that. So I took that very personal, and it was just something that always interested me. Like I would always read like war books. Like one of my favorite books I ever read in my entire life was the Journal of James Edmund Peace, and that was basically a Civil War soldier who
Wow.
like you followed his story through the Civil War, and like I don't know, it was just something that really interested me. So I just kind of it was just something. And then I turned 17 and I was like, what, it's time to go. So I enlisted, and I actually went over the summer between my junior and senior year of high school is whenever I went to basic training. And then I came back for my senior year. So
So, coming from a military family, do you feel like the service had been romanticized? That being a part of the service that had become um, more of a spectacle than what it actually is, or what? I guess this is leading into the next part, but what was
yeah,
your
actually
experience with
after
the
I
service?
enlisted, more of my family members decided to enlist, like my cousins and stuff like that. So I kind of was like the initial, like my grandfather was obviously in, but then once I enlisted, I had a bunch of my cousins and everyone else, like everyone just kind of followed suit, and now we have like this huge group of, you know, of service now. So it's I think that it was kind of it was talked up a lot about, but once I actually finally got in, I realized how easy it was.
It's easy.
It's easy, man. I
What
did I did 3 deployments. So it was easy. It was a
what
cakewalk.
branch of the
So
service were you in again?
I was in the army, so I got it right here. So I
Okay.
actually have it tattooed right here on my arm. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm one of those guys.
Oh,
So
I
I
mean,
was an MP. Yeah, I was an MP. I did personal security details. So basically, I called myself a glorified bullet catcher.
a glorified bullet catcher.
Yeah, so like let's say like you were my person that I was, like most of the people that I was around were generals, colonels, basically like high ranking officials, and I was just like we were like a personal security team, so we basically just traveled with them all over the place. So if anything went down, they were our priority to get in and out of situations. So that's
Wow.
that's what we did.
And now
Yeah.
you didn't get to decide this. You just enlisted, and they said, "Hey, you're gonna potentially get shot at."
Actually, whenever I first enlisted, I was actually a fueler. Whenever I first enlisted, and then I reclassed to MP. And whenever I reclassed, I was asked. I actually met a CID agent, which is criminal investigation, in an airport one day, and he just started talking to me, and he offered me like this. He gave me his card and said, "Call me sometime." And he was actually the one um, that actually got me into it and got me the people that I needed to be with to be on this PSD team.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's
So
it's networking.
yeah, I that wouldn't be my first choice to network into, but I really thank you for wanting
I
to be
appreciate it.
that type of role. Um, for people who have not been in the service, can you explain what is the reality of it versus what you see in the movies, or what is portrayed?
Whenever you get shot, you don't fall back 5 feet like they prefer, like they show in the movies.
Uh,
I mean,
are-
I'm just saying. Like, I trust me. I've taken a few rounds. Like you don't, you you don't get knocked back 10 feet like that. But yeah, that's what
ah,
it's.
hang on.
Yeah,
I'll,
there's
we
Miami.
we got to talk about this. You've
Oh
been
gosh, I don't want to. I don't want to go that deep. I don't want to go that deep. I don't want to go that
okay.
deep.
We don't have to dig
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
That's not
I don't want to
something.
go that deep.
Want to stay
Yeah,
with what you're comfortable with. But
yeah.
yeah, that's well. I'm happy that you're here and that you're safe.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I loved it. I loved it. I loved the military. Like, I mean, it honestly, like, I was, whenever growing up and stuff like that, I obviously did my partying and stuff like that. Like, I obviously, was doing some things that I probably shouldn't have been doing. But it kind of really set me straight and set me on, you know, I swear to God, it set me on a path to succeed even further in life. And,
mm,
it kind of gave me, a goal to reach. So that's what, you know.
definitely, definitely. Um, is there a story that you gravitate towards when you think about your experience? Is there a story that you tell typically, or is there something memorable out of? You said you did 3 tours.
Like one that really sticks to me. I can tell you guys the porta potty story.
Let's hear the porta potty story.
All right. So obviously, whenever you're in Iraq, you're going to get mortared. All right, you're going to get mortared. That's incoming shells all the time on pace. So we also have these things called CRAMs that are like robotic machine guns, basically that can shoot them out of the air. It's really cool looking. Like if you guys haven't Googled CRAM, you should Google CRAM. It's really cool. So, anyways, basically, one time we were all sleeping and stuff like that. We heard the alarms go off. After you're in Iraq for a while, like you really don't care. Like after like a month or something like that, you hear the alarms go off. You're just like, whatever. Like if I die, I die. I don't care. I need sleep. So we heard the alarms go off. We obviously heard some explosions, whatever, and we didn't do nothing. We just kind of just went back to bed. So we came out the next morning, and I went out to go because we like live in like little. They're called chews, but they're basically trailers, and they have like giant walls around them. Hesco barriers. So I walked down the we had a sidewalk. I walked down the sidewalk, went back, and basically a mortar came down and blew up the porta potty that was outside of our chew area. Like there was just pieces all over the place. So like that happened in the middle of the night where a porta potty got taken out in the middle of the night, and we're just like, what just happened?
Wait,
So
so
and then
were things spread around from the porta potty, or was it a relative?
oh yeah, they cleaned it up throughout the night, but there was still you could see where it had gotten hit. Yeah, they cleaned it up throughout the night, but I mean the porta potties because our sections like it's giant concrete barriers around us. It's like a good like 50-yard walk to the porta potty. So it was like a good distance away from us, but it still hit and it was gone.
Man,
So
out out in the
yeah,
desert, can't even have one nice thing. Like, no, it's sleep.
nope, nope,
Use the
nope.
restroom. It's all gone.
No, yeah. I'm sorry. That's really cool.
I There's some static or something like that. Yeah. But so not to stay focused on it.
Yeah, yeah.
You end up leaving. What did you do after you left the service?
Well, actually, I don't tell people what I do for work now.
Okay.
It's kind of a big secret. It's kind of a big secret of what I do for work. But
But
I figured tonight could be the night that I finally reveal what I do for work. What do you think?
I mean, we do say on here you heard it here first. And I have broken some fake news many times.
There we go. So it's actually really not that great. Like I mean, like I keep it a secret for because of personal reasons because I have kids and stuff like that. Like a lot of people know that Craig actually isn't my real name. I just revealed my real name whenever I hit 10 million diamonds not too long ago. So I just revealed my real name on the app not too long ago. So what I do in the civilian world is I run a wholesale swimming pool distribution. That's my business.
You own a business and you sell swimming pools?
I don't own the business, but I run the operation here in Ohio.
Okay.
So that's what I do. Yeah.
How does someone get into the swimming pool selling game?
Networking, man. Networking. That's what I just somehow found a way. Like, I just somehow found my way into it. I mean, I just knew friends, and I mean, just kind of you just kind of fall into it. So I've been
Yeah.
with the same company. I've been with the same company for 5 years. They've treated me great. They've treated me awesome. So that's what I do. So it's not as exciting as what people think. Just like my real name wasn't exciting as what people thought it was. Like so,
Yeah.
it's you know, but yeah. So yeah, you heard it first. That's what I do. Yeah, you never get out of this. Yeah, once you're in the swimming pool business, you never get out of it. So
Craig
trust me.
gang is in the pool gang. Is what he's
Yeah,
actually. That's pretty cool. That's
yeah,
pretty cool, man.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I do want to say something about you that I've noticed, and I think is fantastic about you, is that you have a very lively personality. You're very carefree almost. You're funny, laid back. One of my best friends had been in the service. He was afraid to go in the service because he was afraid he'd lose his personality. Um, have you found that being in civilian life in the civilian world that you're a different person since you experienced the service, or was it like snapping back to normal?
Honestly, I'm actually a completely different person ever since I started Meetme.
Really?
Yeah. So this isn't like the typical me. Whenever I first got out of the service and everything, and I met my kid's mom, and we had my twins. We have twin boys. Um, I was a very distant person from people, very distant person. I didn't like to make friends. Um, I like to stay by myself. You know what I mean? Like keep myself distance from everybody. And it was just a closed off feature of myself from, I guess we could say, the military. So ever since I started Meet Me, I've opened myself up a lot more. And
Yeah.
that's what I've opened myself up a lot more. I like to have more energy. I love whenever people come into my stream. My biggest thing is whenever you come into my stream, okay, and I say, "How is your day?" and you say it's just good, that is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. You have to be better than good. You have to be great. You have to be fantastic. You have to be fabulous. You got to be wonderful. Anything else other than just good. Because whatever goes on out there is out there. Whatever goes on in our life out there, it's out there. In here, we're great. In here, we're amazing. Out there, those are just problems that we can solve. Right here is how we try to collect ourselves to solve those problems. So right here we're amazing, and we'll handle those later. So that's the biggest thing about my streams is I love whenever people come in and we like to just I want to up boost everybody's spirit.
And
That's my favorite thing.
that's honestly such a great outlook. I mean, I was going to use the word positive. Yes, it's definitely a positive outlook, but I think that wonders and great things for the community. How did you originally get on the app? How did you start on Meet Me?
So just kind of just found it and saw where people were making money live streaming, and I thought, maybe I could try that out. And sure enough, I haven't made a darn thing yet, but
No, no.
so I was actually a gifter for like the first like three or first little while that I was on the app, and then
Mhm.
people started talking me into streaming. I actually had a meme as a picture. I didn't even have my real picture up, and then people talked me into streaming, and I was like, why? They're like, I really think you could be good at it, and I'm like, all right. And then so I started streaming, and then it just kind of exploded. Like I don't know what happened. Like I hit my first 1 million in February, and then from February to now, we're almost to 11 mil, and we're almost to 7,000 favorites. So I think that we've grown, and obviously we got our top badge finally. So we finally collected what we've been after ever.
I'm sorry, you froze one sec. Hang on, I think you're coming back. Got to wing it around. Is he frozen for you all too? Okay. It might take a second for him to
Sorry.
jump back in.
Yeah, my bad.
There you are.
That's my bad.
So
My
bring it
bad.
back. You said that you had about 7,000. Was it favorites? Did you say?
Yeah. I think we're like 6,700 favorites or whatever. We're almost to 11 million diamonds. So we've grown the Craig gang just tremendously, and I love people supporting each other. Like that's my biggest thing is I love people supporting each other. Being there for one another. That's kind of our thing.
So what is Craig Gang? Where is that?
Um, honest, Honestly, I was in Dan and the Beanie, Top Badge Dan and the Beanie. He was one of the very first streamers that I ever supported because I love his personality. I love how he is as a streamer. I love what he did for his people. I used to gift him a lot because of what he like the fun games they used to play, the onesies, the unicorns, just so much stuff. And I was in his stream, and I used to always say hashtag Dan the Man and hashtag Boss Fly Girl for Ashley Fly Girl. I don't know if you remember
Okay.
her. And then those two just kind of said, you know what, hashtag Craig Gang, and I was like, I
Yeah.
like that. And that kind of just like that, so that just became our thing. So the Craig Gang was hashtag Craig Gang even before I started streaming.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just kind of, and then It just exploded. So, and that's my only requirement in my live to be a bouncer is just to have the hashtag. There's no diamond requirement to be a bouncer in my live. It's just support.
Sure,
So that's it.
sure. Yeah, and so building on that positivity that you mentioned, building on having the live streaming family, your live is built on a support, wholesome. You've got to be great. Good's not enough.
Yeah.
Difficult, or have you ever had difficulty keeping that up, being a top streamer? Because as we know, when you are near the top, a lot of people like to challenge you on that, or like to challenge your day. So have you ever
Yeah.
struggled with that?
I have. I kind of considered myself a top streamer before I was a top streamer. I kind
Mm,
of held, I've kind of held myself and the Craig gang above, like our standards are up here, on this app. Like our standards are up here. So I have ran into some difficulties, where people do challenge, obviously, the positivity factor and everything. But the biggest thing that I can tell, and any advice that I can give any streamer out here is you gotta ignore it. So you have to have thick skin. You gotta have thick skin. Like this is the internet. Like you have to have thick skin. You got to just keep pushing. You cannot give up. If you want something, you push until you get it. End of
mm,
story. I wasn't going to give up. I wasn't going to give up. I may have said a couple times that I thought that I was going to and get down and out, but I wasn't going to give up. I didn't give up and my people didn't give up. They were the ones that got me this badge.
it's
They are
awesome.
the reason why I'm a top streamer, not me. I'm just the face. They are the reason. These contests that we win, all of the stuff that we did, it was them. I'm just the face of it. They're the ones that did it.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, obviously, you have such an amount of respect for the people that you communicate with on here, and I wouldn't even call them fans because the way
They're
you speak,
family.
it's not a fan dynamic where there's a separation. Feel as though you speak as if you are integrated and
Hmm.
together as friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
I,
I send out a morning poop snap. Not what you're thinking.
what?
Not what you're thinking, bud. Okay. So every single morning, every single morning, I take a snap while sitting on the pooper. Okay. Now, don't
Okay.
show anything at all, but it's my morning poop snap, and I send it to roughly, I would say it's in the hundreds of people now. So it's in a
Okay.
almost, I think like 200 people now. I think 200 people because it's funny. It's funny. It
How
brightens people's day. Like there are people out there that seriously they go a day without getting one, and they will message me at like noon, like, bro, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, is everything okay? And
are
it's
you
like I
regular?
didn't get.
Are you
I'm
regular?
very yes, very regular. Yep, every morning. Yep, I wake up in the morning, I smoke a cigarette, drink a cup of coffee, gotta go to the bathroom, man.
I
That's
feel
like
like
that's
I feel like people on Meetme know a lot about the streamers that they support. I'm not sure that I've ever met someone though that people that they communicate with on the app
oh,
regularly.
if Chili is in here, Chili messages me all the time. Yo, bro, you're late. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm at work. Like I'm at work. Like I stream 8:30 to midnight every night, and then I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to stream. So, and then I get to work about 8:30, and but yeah, Chili always messages me like, "Hey, bro, you're late." I'm like, "I'm sorry, bro. Like, it's summer and I'm busy." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry.
And on top of that, you balance being a parent, which is
Yeah.
obviously the biggest responsibilities anyone can have.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's tough. Yeah, I keep my kids completely separate from the app. Um, and I only stream whenever they go to bed. So that's what. As soon as they go to bed, that's whenever I sit here and I do my thing, and then obviously I'll take time on weekends. We love to go camping, we love to go fishing, we love to go kayaking. My kids are very outdoorsy. Like we have karate right now, we had t-ball. Like so I'm always balancing that stuff with them and their mom and stuff like that. So it's definitely fun being a dad of twin boys. I can say that much. They keep me on my toes.
That's cool, man. I'm pretty sure when I went to sleep, all my parents did is eat. the ice cream that was in the freezer that I couldn't have because we're saving it or
Right.
whatever. So they thought I forgot. I didn't. Those are the things you remember.
Those are the things you remember.
Yes.
And then also in my live, you'll always catch me drinking my Budweiser.
Is that
It's just
truly the king of beers?
it is the king of beers. That's what I always got a Budweiser whenever I'm streaming. I actually have a bunch of tabs right here for Chili. So Chili has requested that I, you know, uh, save these for him. So I got all these right here for him. So I kind of drink a lot, Chris. I'm not
Do, do you know what
gonna lie.
you gonna do with those pull tabs?
I'm gonna send him to Chili.
Well, what
I'm
is
gonna
he gonna
mail
do
them to
with?
him. I don't know what he's gonna do with them. He wants to like put them in bottles or something. I don't know. He just asked me to start collecting them, so I'm like, yeah, man, I got you.
I
Like, I don't
guess
know.
so.
Oh, by the way, look what I got today. Look what I got today.
Wow. Ring light.
This is our 10 million milestone right here. 10 million milestone.
Very cool.
So that's yeah.
So as
I don't
we,
know how to use it yet.
I think it's plug and play. You just kind of plug it in and it lights up.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm new to this stuff. I'm new.
That's science and math were your thing, man. Come on, we can work the ring light.
How? That's true. That's true. That's true.
All right. So as we wrap up our conversation here, you have a lot of things you can talk about, a lot of things that there's to unpack. But I would like to pass it to you to talk about if there's anything that's important to you, something that you're passionate about, something that you'd like to share with everyone. I'd like to use this last bit of time here for you to do that.
All right. So this is one thing that I kind of really want to put out there, especially to a lot of my supporters that are on this app. We are starting to see a lot of changes on Meetme, as we know. Okay. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of movement going on, even, at the headquarters and everything. There's a lot of you guys that support me that are also trying to get your badge as well. Okay. Things change, people change, supporters change. Don't give up. I work so hard to expand the Craig gang. I visit other people's streams. I talk to people constantly. You cannot give up on your dreams. Okay. There was a lot of things that I've gone through in my life that I have been able to finally work through and deal with them because of you guys. You guys have kind of held me together over the past couple months. And you guys are the reason why I'm still here. You guys are the reason why we have finally created such a strong family on here. And we're not going to give up. And just like you can't give up, create your own family, create your own platform to succeed here. It's going to take work. You got to put it in. If you do not put it in, you're not going to succeed. So that's my biggest thing is there's a lot of people out there that they keep asking me, how did you get your badge? How did you get your badge? I said, I didn't give up. I didn't give up. And you can't. You cannot give up. That's what I know it's discouraging to some whenever you see someone just hit their first million diamonds and they get their badge that same week. It is discouraging, man. I went through it months, months at a time. But you cannot give up. I am standing here right now. It took me to 10 million diamonds to finally get my badge. But we finally did it, right? We finally did it. So you cannot give up. Cannot give up. That's what. That's pretty much all I have to. That's all I have to say.
You mentioned it once before. Go ahead and mention it again. When do you go live? I know you said when your kids go to sleep, but
I go live every single night between 8:30 to midnight, unless I got something going with my kids. But pretty much, I try to stream every single night, 8:30 to midnight. That's
all right. Everyone, if you've enjoyed this conversation with Craig, if you found him to be inspiring, a good laugh, an overall pretty decent dude, make sure that you give him a favorite. Show him some love.
Before I get out of here, Chris, I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for the favorites.
Definitely, yes.
And welcome to the Craig Gang.
Craig King, for sure. Thank you so much, Craig. It's been awesome.
I appreciate you guys. Take care, Chris.
Yes, sir. All right, see you soon. Bye. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please give Craig a favorite. So the people shooting sharks, really, I saw it. There's no way I couldn't see it. I was having some static there. Thank you, everybody. Abby, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for the favorites and for the gifts that you've been doing. I saw something about is something true. I can't scroll back up yet. But talking about things that are I don't know what I'm talking about. I was trying to gather my thoughts with the comments. Let's talk about the next person that's coming on. How about that? So our up and comer for the week is someone that I had the honor and privilege of meeting before the app. Well, before seeing them on the app, I should say. I met this person in real life while I was at VidCon. He ended up staying with us in the Airbnb that I rented with several of the other streamers. After talking with this person throughout the week and getting an idea of who he was as a person, I said, I got to bring you on. I want more people to meet you. I want you to have as much as exposure and give you as much help as I can to help you on your way to being a streamer. So everyone, please welcome my friend who's requesting the box right now. Please welcome. Go ahead with the hit the little plussy guy there. The real JV is in the box. How's it going, my guy?
Hey, I wore a special shirt for you guys.
I love it, man. I love it. It's so cool. JV, definitely, obviously, it's good to see you. But for the people who have not seen you before, who have not met you, can you please tell everyone who you are, where you're from?
So, my name is Jason, also known as the real JV. I just changed the username. I'm from Long Beach, California.
You're from Long Beach. So you're a California kid.
Yes, sir. I'm in California.
Okay. How long have you been on Meetme for?
I've been on Meetme about 13 months now. About 13 months.
13 months.
And it's been going so great. It's been a true blessing being on here.
Okay. So how did you originally get started on Meetme?
So the way I first originally got started on Meetme was I don't know, I was just looking at the App Store one day and I just saw Meetme and I was like, man, that's a live app. I was like, man, I better try that out. And so anyways, I just started going on it, and the first day I created my account and I went live right away because you want to know what? At the end of the day, what I was thinking was, why hold back? Why be shy? Why be uncomfortable? Why not just go ahead and jump on? Why not get started? So the way I thought about it was I need to get on the grind. I need to do anything I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you did just that. In fact, you recently hit a milestone as far as your diamond count goes. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I hit my 1 million diamond count about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So that went really well. I was super happy about that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. How do you? So without being a top badge, how have you gathered some of the network and friends? Would you say that you started out watching a lot of streamers? Did you just consistently go
Yeah,
live?
so I first started by watching kind of Sammy, Top Badge Sammy. If everybody knows Sammy. Sammy, I first started going and seeing Sammy, and then kind of Sammy along the way of being in Sammy's lives, I met a lot of other people, and then I just kind of networked and met out to all those streamers. Like Craig Buck, for example. Craig Buck was my very first guy that I've been with all along. He's like a true OG to me. Like I look up to that guy. So I don't know. So another thing I can say is, hey, shout out to Craig Buck. He sent me my very first jet. That guy, he's amazing.
Yeah. What I liked about meeting you when I met you in person was how much you valued being around and being with everybody. You consistently wanted to make conversation and just genuinely make friends and be friends with everybody. Have you found that Meetme has connected you to more people than in your personal life, or would you say that in your personal life you still are focusing on those relationships? How has Meetme played in your life?
So I mean, the way I kind of look at it is it's kind of like two worlds. I mean, I get off the app friends, and then I have friends that are on Meetme. So like I mean, a lot of my friends on Meetme. So I wanna shout out one of my guys, M Breezy. I've been hanging out with my buddy M Breezy a lot lately. I just hung out with M Breezy yesterday. We had a great time. We went down to the U.S. Open, surfing, had a good time. But anyways, that aside, um, I mean, it's been a great time. I mean, I have a lot of friends on the Meetme platform, but then I have friends on Scout. I mean, I have friends on LiveMe. I've just kind of networked out, just try to go out of my territory, go out of like what I'm uncomfortable with. I'm trying to be as comfortable as I can around other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's take it back. I like to always preface and give some context of who a person is and where they came from, what's made them who they are, the person that they're seeing, the person that we all see on camera. So I'll give you that same
Yeah.
$1 million question. Who was JV in high school?
So JV in high school, I was the guy. I ran cross country because as everybody can tell, I'm a really tall guy. So I ran cross country for 2 years of high school. But on the side of high school, I was also But on the side of high school, I was also a huge bowler and all that. So I bowled a lot of bowling and all that. So I had a lot. I bowled for 12 years of my life. I'm a really good bowler. I mean, that's one of my big hobbies. I really take a lot of love into doing.
That's
But all butts aside, like I didn't really finish quite yet. But in high school, like one thing is, I was always that kid that got bullied. Even though I was a tall guy, I still got bullied. So I mean, you know, like. I don't like bullies. No bullies.
no bullies, no bullies. For everyone who doesn't know how tall exactly you are, how tall are you?
Uh, Jason, I am 6'5" tall.
You're 6'5". You make Breezy look a little bit small, and he's 6'2".
I'm looking a little small on me.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure the question you always get is, do you play basketball? Have you ever played basketball?
So in fact, yeah. So when I was a little kid, about the age of starting 8 to the age of like 15, I played basketball in a lot of leagues, and I loved basketball. Basketball was one of my big things. Because I mean, being tall when playing basketball, you get a lot. You get a I'm trying to think of the word. You have an advantage over others.
Yeah.
You have an advantage because you have your arms higher up. You can move around more, and being tall, I mean, I'm a flexible guy, so I mean, it's easy to move around. I mean, I don't know, I'm a faster guy compared to others, so that's pretty much it. I don't know, I love basketball. But then going on to high school, I wasn't able to play basketball because it just got too competitive, and like with me, I wasn't the best basketball player. I was more just like the tall guy that always asking, "Hey, I want the ball, I want the ball."
Yeah. Well, hey, you got to go with what you love and what you like. And if basketball wasn't your thing, it wasn't your thing. Um, Now, in your streams, you mentioned Sammy and some of the other streamers that you watch. Have you taken inspiration from them and applied it towards your own streams?
Yeah,
Or
like so. Um, So a lot of the streamers I see, a lot of what they do is they really like to positively influence other people. Like, so say if someone's like having a really bad day or they're having drama in their life, like usually the streamer likes to pull that out of them and make sure that whatever we can tell them has a better day. So like what I like to do personally is say if like a streamer comes to me and they're telling me, hey, you're having a bad day, I'm like, hey, well then tell me what's wrong. And like sometimes I know it may be personal, but I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, if they let me know, like, cause I'm an honest guy. I mean, if you tell me what's wrong, I'll try to help you out to my best abilities. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's just what the type of person I am. I'm very kind try to apply that towards others and just let them know, like, hey, what's up? What's wrong? How can I help you out?
definitely. So let's take that a step further. You're going for your top streamer badge.
Yeah.
What would you do with the platform of being a top streamer? What would you like to do with it? How do you feel that you would take advantage of it or apply it?
Man, That's a hard question. That's a really hard question for me to answer. I don't know. Could you re-say it for me? I'm sorry, Chris.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I think you answered it in a way, which was I felt kind of teed you up to. You said you're a very positive person. You like to influence and positively impact people's lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Being a top streamer, you have more FaceTime and accessibility to communicate and have that connection with people. So I think that'd be an excellent opportunity and something I definitely could see you do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I love putting that positivity, and whenever someone brings in negative like mind in here into my life, I'm like, hey, like, what is it that's wrong? Like, how can I help you to make you become like a more positive person in life? Like, so you're not like causing a lot of attention, because like I'm that type of guy where I'm like, y'all need to just chill out. Let's all have a good time. We're here to have a great time. Like, hey, if you need a bad time, I mean that's real world. Just like what Craig Buck said earlier. Like, you wanna know what? Off the app, that's real problems. That we can fix those mistakes. That's like how I learn. Like once you make a mistake, you don't make the mistake again. You learn from your mistakes. Once you learn from your mistakes, you'll be good.
Uh, People may catch that this is a wholesome night. I usually try and pick a theme or pair people together for a particular night who have things in common, so it's a more wholesome night. And so I appreciate you sticking to that. Um, Now you're iconic for your Supreme hat. You almost cannot be caught without it. Are there any other things that you do on a regular basis that we wouldn't guess about you?
I mean, I love playing video games. I love surfing. I love riding bird scooters. Scooters are a lot of fun to me. Um, I mean, I go on an adventure. I usually go down to Huntington Beach, and I just love adventuring, just going on cliffs, cliff diving,
Yeah.
adventurous, like kind of like Donna Diamond, how she wants to jump out of the sky.
Yeah, I like the part where you casually glazed over that you surf. Just
Yeah.
no, like it's a normal everyday thing. Just go surf or whatever. No, I mean, how long have you been surfing?
So I mean, I've been surfing for about probably 10 years now. I learned when I was about 10 years old. It was like a 3-week course, and you paid for it, and you went out. And usually, what they'll do is they'll have a longboard for you. And I mean, that's how I'll tell people is like I can teach people how to surf. It's like it's one of those things. Like because M Breezy was asking me if I could teach him how to surf, and yes, I could teach him. The way I tell people is as long as you have a longboard, it's easier to learn on a longboard except over a shortboard because a shortboard it's harder. I mean, for me, I use a shorter board because I'm more experienced. Just over time, you have to build up over time, like more experience, because then you can get a shorter board because shorter boards are easier to ride on personally. It's all kind of like based on how your height is and just how your body is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh, I wouldn't have known to start on a longboard versus a short board, so that's a good tip. I'm
Yeah.
not sure when I'll be surfing next, but I'll definitely keep it in mind.
Hey, well, we don't know. VidCon 2020. There we go.
Here we go. Our playlist is in Orlando. It's kind of
Hey, there we go.
right, exactly.
We'll
Uh,
do-
so, Mr. J, when are you typically live if people would like to watch you?
I typically go live on a daily basis. I mean, I'm more in that stage right now where I'm trying to figure out a schedule for when I go live. But I mean, all times of day I'm kind of live, but mainly I go to work. I go to work on Thursday through Friday, 3 to 11, and usually I'm live 3 to 11 Thursday through Sunday.
You work as a security guard, correct?
I'm a security guard. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So as we wrap up here and we talk about the last bit, can you share anything that you're passionate about, anything that you haven't had an opportunity to talk about that you would like to while we have you?
One thing I can say is I'm just really blessed that I've been able to be on this app for as long as I have and just been able to network out to all these people. I mean, it's really shown me a lot. I've really grown a lot from this app. It's shown me a lot, and I really am thankful for all the people that are in my life now, all my friends. So, I mean, I'm just super thankful.
Yeah. I like what you mentioned about hanging out with them Breezy, about how it's gone from not only having relationships here, but now the both of you hang out in real life and are friends, and that's
Yeah.
awesome, really cool. So thank you so much, man, for coming on. It's a pleasure to talk with you.
Hey, I'm super glad. Thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all for enjoying my talk. I know I'm kind of a shy guy. This was a lot.
You did excellent, man. I know what you're like in person. I know how great of a person you are to people, and I wanted to make sure that as many people as possible could see that. So thank
Yeah,
you for
man. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
definitely.
Like,
All right. Thank you so much, my friend. I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the gifts and for supporting Mr. JV there. If you enjoyed our conversation, please give him a favor. He's a wonderful person and always has a listening ear. Definitely someone that should be on your favorites list. All right. So we have one more person tonight. We have one more person. And she's a little something else. I'm wondering what she's gonna bring to the table tonight. Because you never know what kind of conversation you're gonna have with Abby, who's requesting the box right now. It's true. You never know. You might catch someone who's been streaming for the past 220,000 hours, and we'll explain that in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the last person of the night, but certainly not the least. Miss Abby Lynn is in the building. Where's she?
Hey!
What's going on, Abby?
How are you doing?
Look,
I got suited up. I don't know how well you can see it.
you did. I love this. Abby, you and I have known each other for quite some time, which I'd count myself lucky for that. But for the people who haven't been so lucky, and this is their first time meeting you, can you please share with everyone who you are and where you're from?
Well, I go by Abby Lynn on this app, and I am from Detroit, Michigan. I happen to be from the same state as Chris. Actually, we live like an hour and a half apart from each other.
It's true, and that's why we see each other all the time.
Yeah, basically.
Close to all the time, right?
Yeah.
Abby, let's just start rolling right into it because there's a lot we can talk about. Let's set the stage. Normally, I say, "Who were you in high school?" And I'm hesitant to ask you this question because I know a little bit of who you were in high school. And I want to be nice and play fair, but
Okay.
let's do it. Who's Abby in high school?
Well, as you know, I'm 19, so I'm kind of fresh out of high school. It's been a year, but so I'm gonna say this a bit weirdly, because I was actually different each year of high school. Each year was a new Abby. You know,
Really?
freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So freshman, you know, I was really quiet. I was really timid. I was like, you know, I'd be walking through the halls, I had my little backpack, and I was like, all scared, wouldn't want to talk to people. And I was at a small high school. Abby was quiet. Oh yes, there was a time I was quiet, people. There was a time I was quiet. I know, believe it or not, there was a time I was quiet, super shy, super timid. I know, and I was.
So take us through the evolution of Abby then. So
Yeah, the evolution of Abby. I had these small little like squinty glasses. I had braces. Oh boy, did I have braces. And I had straight hair. I actually had straight hair for most of high school, which a lot of people don't know.
Really? Straight hair? I don't know that I've ever seen you with straight hair. So
Yeah, it's kind of been a thing. I've been meaning to post like a throwback picture of me on Instagram, but I just look so bad.
you make it a goal.
My little metal teeth and everything, you know?
What is it? It's a glow up, right? Is it called a glow?
Yeah, has the glow up, so I'm kind of glad that's a trend now, the glow up thing. So you can, it's a way to low key be like, hey, this is how ugly I used to be when I was a kid. Look at me now. Like low key.
Take it easy. Look at what I had to work with, okay?
No, right, exactly.
Oh, okay. All right. Junior, senior Abby. Which senior Abby was only last year. It really wasn't too long ago.
I mean, a lot can happen in a year. A lot has happened in a year. But so like sophomore year, I was actually one of the biggest years of my life. I didn't think it would be, but it was. So I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, and my best friend at the time, me and her got into like the stupidest argument ever. Friendship fell apart. So I was all alone in high school for like half a year. I was super depressed, super lonely. But then I found this one friend in my math class because I was failing math, and then my teacher was like, "Yeah, you need to go to another math class." So I got moved to another math class.
We're failing math, and so instead of the teacher saying, let's work on this together, they said,
he gave up. He gave up on me, so I went to another teacher. Had an A+ in that class. By the way, it was the teacher. They say it's never the teacher. It can be the teacher.
It can be. Apparently so.
Good teacher. So I
That's
made an amazing friend in that class, and then everything just kind of like went up from there. And then I moved schools. So I had never moved schools in my life. So my senior and senior.
Wow, that's so hard because, I mean, well, I guess you said you didn't have friends, so maybe it wasn't so hard.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, I don't have very many friends because, like, I lived in like a smaller area, so like, all the kids kind of grew up in elementary school together and kind of went all through middle school and high school together. So it was like the same group of like 200 kids, so I knew everybody. There was like no making friends really, because like it's like, hey, Jimmy, I've known you since kindergarten. Want to be best friends now? It's been like a decade. Why not now?
That's how it goes. Awkward. Yeah, exactly. Did you go to prom?
Did I go to prom?
To prom or any of the dances?
Okay, so here's the thing with prom. Go, but I didn't really like going. I went my junior year and my senior year. My junior year, I got asked by a senior, this guy who sat next to me in my senior math class. He had the biggest crush on me in the entire world. I didn't like him back though. But I was like, low-key, I kind of want to go to prom. And then like we went, and it was like super awkward, but like it was all cool. I had a good time.
Did you ghost him at the dance?
Did I go to what?
Did you ghost him at the dance?
No, I would never do that to someone. That would be messed up.
Everyone, you need to pay attention to that detail there of how much integrity and how big of a heart Abby has. She goes to the prom, doesn't even want to be there with the person, and refuses to leave them. That's being a real one. That's being a real one right there. All right, Abby. So enough with the traumatizing.
Anyways, I did it anyways. I don't know why.
Okay. All right. So where does Meetme fall into all of this? Because in your circumstance, high school wasn't too far away from the time you started Meetme. So where does that all overlap?
It actually is intertwined. Oh, when I graduated high school, at the time, I think I was working at an ice cream store. I'd been working there like 2 years. Did you know that? Did you know I worked at an ice cream store? You seem surprised.
I ask you about it, so go ahead, go for it.
I was working at this ice cream store. I graduated high school, and that was all I was doing. So I have a big family, and during the day, everyone from the house would be gone, and I was just there unless I had work. And I guess at some point I was like, gee, I sure have a lot of free time. So so it was right after I turned 18. So I'm going through the app store because believe it or not, there are different apps available from when you're 17 and then when you're 18.
Really?
So, like I typed in dating apps. I went to download Tinder just out of curiosity. Okay, I was single and I was like, what's this Tinder thing? We've all done it. Okay, we've literally all done it.
I'm a veteran. I've been around 5 years. You're not catching any heat.
I'm surprised we haven't seen each other on there.
Well, maybe you haven't seen me or whatever. No, I'm just joking.
Chris is like, swipe left, swipe left.
No, I would super like you because I do.
Aww,
I super like you, Abby.
that's so sweet.
I'm very much in like with you, which is a good thing. So.
But yeah, so I downloaded Tinder, and then there were a couple apps after Tinder. There was like Meetme, and I was like, I looked at it, and it said like chat, talk, and date, and live stream. And the little live stream description part caught my attention. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I guess I'll download this one too. It's pretty up there on the dating apps, so I downloaded it. And then the third app I downloaded was Bumble. This little yellow thing, and I was like, heck, I already downloaded 2 dating apps. I'm pretty single. Download.
Wow. Were we having a really lonely moment?
I guess so. Like so the first place I made a profile I made a profile on Tinder, and I had that for like a week, and then I made a profile on I know I was trying to have a hot girl summer, KDB. You're right. So then I made a profile on Meetme. So that was about a week later. So you can't be on Meetme very long without noticing the fact that there's live streams and a whole live streaming section. Like you can't be on it more than a day even without noticing it. So I made an account and I was looking around, and I actually remember the very first couple streams that I hopped into. I think the very, very first stream that I hopped into, he's a top badge. His name is his username is Solus, and he blows like glass on live.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very cool.
Long red hair, super chill dude.
Yeah, he's very cool.
He was the very first stream I ever hopped into, just by random chance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so you went live, and
so I don't know. At some point, I went live, and I think my very first stream, it was this guy. He sent me like a sports car or something, and I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "What's that? What is that thing on my screen?" And I looked at like my diamonds. I was like, "I've got like 1,000 now." I was like, "That's like so many. Like, what the fuck?" I was like, my mind was blown.
You were balling out at that.
My first stream, and looking back, that was a really good first stream. I just didn't realize the worth of everything then, and I just fell in love with it. People just were super nice, and then I went live the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and I'm here now.
And the next day, yes. Done some really interesting things on your live streams as well. You don't just go live from your bedroom, which you are known for, and we can talk about things that are behind you, but you've gone live from outside events too. Can you share what some of those events have been?
Yeah, so I've had live streams exploring like like local cities. I don't know if you know Royal Oak. Okay, so I broadcast, and I like to go different places sometimes, and like downtown places, and do different events. When Pride Month was Pride Month, a couple months back, I was at a Pride parade. I've gone live at amusement parks, the airport, just kind of wherever.
Mm-hmm. And parades and things like that too.
VidCon and playlists, yeah.
So many interesting things. So speak a little bit about what you've liked about your live streaming experience and what Meetme has meant to you after getting over the hype of the excitement of getting a sports car. What has Meetme meant to you?
Well, Meetme has become a lot more to me than like just an app. Like it's this whole next part is going to sound like so cheesy. So cheesy. Don't get your eyes watery. Actually my eyes might get watery, so but maybe it's become something like really important and really special to me. Okay, I'm recording out. Oh my god, Kimbo. But it's like I said, my whole life I've never really had that many friends. And I've kind of become what I call I have this weird thing and I call it being it's an oxymoron too, by the way. I call it being an antisocial social butterfly. And I know you're probably thinking, that makes no sense at all. Well, let me explain. I'm a very talkative, like outgoing, like chatty person. However, like it would be completely different like if I was standing up on a stage talking to everybody who's here right now. Like I would be sweating. I'm already sweating, to be honest. But I would be having a nervous breakdown more than I'm having now. But it's different because I'm super social. But what's cool about streaming is that all these people can be here listening to me right now, but it's in a more safe environment. Like I'm home, I'm comfortable. If I'm ever uncomfortable, I can just end my life like and end that situation. Whereas if you're in a crowd surrounded by like 50 people, you can't exactly do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a cool way of being in your own environment that you feel comfortable in, but also being social. Like I said, like an antisocial social butterfly. It actually makes sense somehow.
If you could pass some words of advice onto some possibly latent social butterflies, some passive butterflies, ones that haven't spread their butterfly wings yet, what words of encouragement or suggestions would you have for them?
To like start going live?
Yeah, how to start, how you found yourself.
Tell me everything. Well, so what I've found that helps is I always tell people never be in a position where you are uncomfortable in your own live stream. Like never have some sort of situation take place where you're uncomfortable. Because like you were saying with Craig earlier, it's the internet. People say mean comments, people say mean things. And I completely agree with Craig. He had a great little segment on that. Hi, Jenna. He had a great little segment on that. He was like, you kind of have to have tough skin. But what's awesome, like I said, it's completely different than being in a crowd. I always tell people my best friend is the block button. I get the weirdest comments you could ever possibly imagine. And I am not afraid to block. I sometimes accidentally block people I know. Not gonna lie. If they come in there, I'm like, oops, I gotta go save Jonathan over there. But
people shouldn't be afraid to come visit your live. It's not that you're just giving everyone the axe. Earn it, okay. Abby, how have you taken the relationships that you've made on Meetme? Have they manifested in anything in real life? Have you met any of the streamers? Have you made any relationships with any of them?
Yeah, that's a heavy question. I've met a ton of people off this app. Even you, I've met you, not once, but twice. And I've met Jen, she's in the comments. I've met Kimbo, he's in the comments. I've met Crispin, he's in the comments. Actually, my older brother is here. I've met my older brother, of course, he's my older brother, he's in the comments. JJ, he was right before me, his stream, he was right before me. I met him at Playlist just like you. Ah, VidCon. I'm forever gonna be mixing those up. I met him at VidCon just like you met him at VidCon. We all met him at the same time. I met the Idol. I met, oh god, so many people. I met Jennifer. I met like so many people.
So you've met all these people, but what does that mean? What does that translate to? Was it just cool to hi?
So it's helped. Like a lot of these people I've known for months. A lot of them I've known for months. Some of them I met for like the first time. But all these people that I've respected and looked up to, like as a streamer from like a streaming standpoint, and like friends that I've had that we've curated this deep natural bond with, that I don't know how to describe it, but streamers have like a unique bond with each other that you can't find anywhere else in the world. They're just, I really don't know how to describe it. There's like a specific feeling you get when you hop into your favorite streamer's live and you're like, hey, and you drop them a sports card. There's no other feeling that you get in the world or something like that.
Yes, I completely.
It's amazing. Like when I met you, actually, I'm gonna tell the story of when I met you. I don't think you've ever heard this story.
Oh boy. Take us. Let's go.
So I was at Playlist, and there was the Meetme playlist party. So I actually got to the party like an hour late, so it was already hopping. Everyone was there, and I didn't even know where the party was. It was actually Kimbo that showed me the way to the party. He was like, "Oh, you gotta go to the party," and I was like, "I don't know where I'm going." So he led me there. So I'm walking in. So it's this huge room. It's super dark, like a big round circle kind of, and I entered through like the back, and it was all dark back there. No one could see me, and I was just standing in the shadows in the darkness, and I was like, I don't know any of these people at first glance. But then I kind of slowly, I was like, I gotta go in there. Like, this party seems lit. So I slowly emerged from the darkness. And at first I see one person I know, like a face I recognize. And my brain was like, whoa, this is someone you've been watching on a screen for months. And now they're in the flesh. So that was the first time my brain had that chemical reaction. And I was like, whoa. It was actually top Bonita Applebaum. And actually what she did, we didn't just lock eyes. She actually stood up and she screamed. Like, really loud. And then all these people turned and looked. And then they were like, Abby! And I was like, oh my god, there's this person and this person. Then I saw Jen, like, from a corner. And I was like, oh my god, all these people. And my brain was just going absolutely crazy. And while this is going on, for some reason, I turn around and I see you. And you were kind of like right behind me, and I turned and I was like, oh my god, it's Chris. And it was just the craziest thing. And I think I like ran up to you and you were talking to like some YouTuber, and I was like, oh, maybe that's not a good time again. But it was fun.
Okay, here. Do you remember the moment where I embarrassed myself and possibly you in front of your favorite YouTuber?
Very clearly. So
I'll tell this one so that you don't have to. Abby and I were at this party that Meetme was throwing at Playlist. Go to it. It's life-changing.
Yeah, you guys have to go to Playlist. You have to.
Abby's talking to this guy, and he was nice. And I go up to him, and at the time, I was really trying to get people to get on Meetme. I still try it, but not as relentless as I had. So Abby and this individual are having a conversation, and the way Abby is so lovingly looking at this person like, wow, so crushing on him. I bet she'll totally leap on the idea of bringing him on to Meetme too. And she'll talk it up and be excited. I've never seen someone look so mortified, like, shut up. And he goes, he essentially know who I am. And I was like, no, I don't. It's nice to meet you. I'm Chris. He's got like millions and millions and millions of followers, one of the biggest influencers on YouTube. And so that was a really good moment for me. We still follow each other on Instagram, so that's nice. Abby, thanks for letting me hear that. Abby, who is that? I still don't know him.
I was literally so like, and then Chris even mentioned it. He was like, "Oh my God, she's totally fangirling right now." He put his little hand on my shoulder. I was like, "Chris, stop!" it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I know, like embarrassing dad.
Abby, I could talk to you obviously for ages, but as we wind down here, music, the board behind you, life. There's many things that you could talk about. I would like to pass it to you to talk about something you're passionate about or something that's important. Whatever you would like to use this remaining time to talk about, please. Stage is yours.
Right. Okay. Well, what is super important to me, and what am I passionate about? It's super cheesy, but I'm gonna loop right on back to talking about Meetme. Oh no, Chris, pause for a second. Oh, there you go. Like, again, super cheesy, super corny, whatever you want to call it, but Meetme really has become a huge part of my life in the past year because I've been on Meetme over a year now. I don't know if you knew that. Did you know
That what?
that? I've been on Meetme over a year.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna be a top badge alone January 30th. So it's a little whiles away, but it's coming up. So I've been a top badge a year in a couple months too.
Mhm.
But Meetme's just become like a really important community to me. And it was kind of like the timing. Like I said, I kind of started Meetme when I got out of school. I had all this free time, and I didn't really have people to talk to or to hang out with because I had a crappy high school experience. So I started streaming, and all these people started like entering my life, and it's just all meant so much to me. And even people I've met and whose lives I've entered. Like I started watching your streams, I was like, "Huh, this Chris guy seems cool. I'll give him a favorite," and now we're like best friends.
That was such a terrible mistake to think that about me.
Nah, not at all.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Well, I mean, in the remaining time too, plug a little bit of what you've been up to as far as music goes. I mean, I know that the creative side of you is budding. So what's been going on there?
Okay. Um. Well, I kind of sometimes kind of when I'm in the
Well, you see, I thought I sorta. If I sound as uncomfortable as when I was talking to that YouTuber.
Yeah, that was actually one of the funniest moments in my life. I didn't have to throw back to that. That was hilarious. In retrospect, in the moment, I was mortified, but it was really funny. But sometimes, so you guys have, if you guys ever watch my live, sometimes when I have music going on in my live, I like to sing along with it sometimes. And I guess I don't know. I don't know. I always personally thought I'm a bad singer, but some people are like, "Oh, Abby, you're good," and I'm like, "Thanks for the support." I don't know if I am though. But it's kind of random.
Yeah. So if people want to see you sing, when do you go live?
Ooh. So I don't have a set time, which kind of makes me a very unique streamer because I just go live all the time whenever. I will be live long periods of time. You made a joke right before I entered the live. You're like, she'll be live like 2,000 hours. And it's very true.
What is your record for your longest live stream?
What do you think it is?
22 hours.
Longer.
Longer than 22 hours? Did you do a 24?
Longer.
Why didn't you stop? You hit the 24 mark and you're good. Like that's how long, Abby?
My longest live stream has been 25 and a half hours.
What did you do for 25 and a half hours?
I just talked and hung out like I always do. I just got a lot of energy. And I drank some coffee and I was good.
Someone slipped something in the introverted butterflies. What do butterflies drink?
Nectar?
Drink water. Someone confirm this. Do butterflies have mouths to drink water? What? Ah!
Oh, just... They have the little straws that like, phew.
Oh yeah, they go like, phew. That's right.
You know, like when people roll their tongues.
Yeah, they've got their little extend. We're just gonna call them by their scientific term, the extendos. So, all right. Anyway, back on track. They can catch you at random times. Everyone, please give a favor to this wonderful individual right here, Miss Abby Lynn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A wonderful time with you. Thank you so much. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Abby Lynn, give her a favorite. Very good job tonight, Miss.
I just want to say really quickly before we got to wrap up completely. I want to say thank you to everyone from my streams who came over here because there's like literally like 20 of you here. I was like, you guys, I'm going live on Chris's stream. Some of you didn't even know you were. And I went to people's streams and I was like, go to Chris's stream. I'm about to go live. Like literally while you were live, I went around and like sent people stuff and like had a copy paste message like, go to Chris's stream. I'm about to be live. And so much came by and I'm so happy. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, all my sons.
Yes, the sun.
You guys are the favorite Chris, by the way.
Thank you very much for that too. So, yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, Snapchat. I did that too.
Oh, you hit people on Snapchat as well? Yes. Well, there's more to be talked about. So if you'd like to learn more about Abby at any point, please give her a favor and check her out. Thank you for coming by, Miss Abby.
Do I clap too, or?
No, you're like really bad at exiting. Like I must.
I know, so bad. Oh, I thought you.
I'm like, and yeah, thank you for being here, and good job, good day to you. And you're like, uh-huh.
No, it's so funny you say that though. Actually, the reason why I streamed that one time 25 and a half hours, it was supposed to be 24 hours, but I actually am bad at goodbyes. So I streamed a whole hour and a half extra because I just couldn't end the stream, even though I was dead tired.
It's not goodbye. It's an opportunity for another hello.
That is beautiful, Chris. Okay, so I clicked
helloing you again.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you axe yourself.
I'm reaching for it. Okay, bye.
Bye, Abby. Take care. Thank you very much for coming on. That's why I had to put her last. I knew at the beginning the entire show would just be her. She would refuse. She just wouldn't go. No. So, everyone, thank you so much for sticking around tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about what we've got in store for next week, as well as the hashtag one more time. All right, so one more time, we're bringing back the hashtag. Hashtag for this week is summer style. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I had a pair of shoes with spinners in them. I had a pair of shoes with spinners in them, and I thought I was so cool in 7th grade. Send me your favorite school styles that you've had, or summer styles, not summer styles, school styles. School styles, summer styles, whatever. Give me your fashion sadness that you've had in the past. Let's talk about the show next week. So, it's a good one. I'm afraid for next week's show, one of the guests is a wild card. Okay, she's She's a bit of a wild card, and I don't know what's going to happen. You need to come back to see her. It could be the absolute end of Suited Up. I don't know. No. Of course, I'm talking about Miss Victoria Rudy. She's going to be on the show next week. Longtime friend. Victoria RM, as she goes by now, X-Force, blah, blah, blah. Right there. Check her out. Make sure that you favorite her. So that's Victoria Rudy. We've also got on the show a dear friend of mine, someone that has supported and been by my side since I started. When I had just a couple diamonds hanging around, just a kid drawing Fred Flintstone on a whiteboard. We've got Kat on next week, everyone. Very proud of everything she's done. She's going to talk about what it's like in Canada and how South Park is exactly right about everything all the time. And then finally, our last guest is a mystery to me and you. So if you want to know, you're just as curious as me. So we're going to figure that out. I'll have someone booked probably by tomorrow. We had a switcheroo happen. I've been having a lot of switcheroos lately. Quit switcherooing on me, please. Everyone, thank you so much to the gifters, to Chili, to Wally Sparks, to Jim B's evil twin. Please give some favorites to those lovely individuals. And if you're interested, oh, thank you so much for the, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the RIP to Daddy Shark there. Thank you so much. I know, I could be in the running maybe for the daily win. Possibly. I'm not sure. Could possibly be in the running for the daily. I don't know about that. Probably not. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming on. I look forward to seeing you in the live streams. If not, I'll see you in the next Suited Up. That's 9 p.m. next week. Victoria Rudy, Kat, and a mystery guest. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.